Reporter Brett, do you want to start us off?
What did you think of kind of the overall performance and what this does in terms of both going into the break and then also kind of maybe jump starting some good run of form beyond that?
Yeah, I think again, it's easy to lose perspective in the first 13 games, but it's my job to keep the perspective. And we knew this first 13 games was going to be very difficult with 7 of those on the road and playing. I think again, it's the top 7 out of the top 10 teams in the league we've played. So we knew it was going to be difficult. We had targeted 5 wins, which would have put us at 1.5 points per game. So we're slightly under that at 1.33, not far off, actually. So proud that the guys got rewarded for their hard work. They showed a lot of heart today, a lot of fight today. It's a trademark MLS smash and grab result for us coming on the road. We started out from the opening whistle. You could see the hunger, the fight. And I think that's really important for everyone to see. People can doubt us. That's normal, but we're not going to crumble. We're not going to crumble. I'm not going to crumble. The players aren't going to crumble. We're going to stick together. And I think that's what the supporters want, hopefully, is that we have a group of guys that are going to keep rolling their sleeves up and fighting and not give in no matter what, people are saying. So at the end of the day, really proud of the guys. They deserve all the credit. Really pleased with many things, but Will Sands being able to come into the game as a young guy and show that he's capable, show that he can do it. It's not an easy game. Araujo's a very good player. He had to go against him. Erik Hurtado gets inserted, starting lineup, and scores a goal. And then our experience. I just thought Eloy Room, Jonah Mensah, Milos even, he's growing into this league. I think he showed, why we signed him. Darlington, Artur at the end, couldn't even walk, but he's out there. You talk about a warrior and a fighter and a winner, and a leader. There's one right there, one of the best in our team and in the league. So great result. I think before the break, it's really important to, kind of put a little bit of a statement game that we're in this fight and we're not giving up. We're going to keep going.
And how big was Erik's goal there after it? It's about 20 minutes. Atlanta's kind of on the front foot, and you guys are giving the ball away, but then Erik comes up with a big play and Derek can pass over top. Just what did that do to kind of set the tone going into the second half?
Yeah, it's a great goal. Obviously, 2-goal margin's a lot better than 1. And our plan was to play that 4-3-3, sit a little bit, play in transition. We knew they play with a high line. They like to press, and we felt Erik Hurtado would be able to find those moments. He had another one, actually, where he missed a breakaway. So I thought he was lively, and he did exactly what we wanted him to do on the day. But Aiden Morris had a great game. Really got around the park, showed his range, his ball winning, and that this kid's for real. It's another great result out of the 4-3-3, and it's a first road win. A lot of people talk about the road, and we've actually done okay on the road. If you really look at the record and the points, we've got a win and a couple. I think it's 3 draws. So again, we're just going to keep doing our thing. We'll stay in our reality, block out the noise, and when you're not getting results, there's going to be noise. But also, again, it's my job to keep a perspective. And I told the guys before this game that I've been in this league a long time, and all it takes is one result, and you turn it, and everybody thinks the world's coming to an end, and you get one result, and all of a sudden you look up at the table and you go, oh man, we're right there. So it was fine for us to be criticized. It's fine, but it's not going to get in our locker room or in our heads, and it's certainly not going to get in our players' performances. They're going to keep fighting and sticking together. We're a strong group. We're an experienced group. And ultimately, this was a statement, I think.
What made Erik the start tonight and just the way he played? I would assume 20 days from now, right? It's a long break, but does he kind of have that spot right now?
Yeah, I think in training he looked good. I told him after the game, he made me proud because he's a guy that was not dressing, and he was a guy that we were thinking about signing but didn't know for sure. And I ended up saying we need cover, and ultimately that ended up being a smart move because he scored a great goal off the bench against New England. So that gave us obviously a really good insight into where his head was at and where his performance was at. And then in training, he just kept working hard and was lively and gave the first team problems. So it's a pretty easy choice when you look at the New England goal and you look at how he's been training. And when you look at obviously the tactics of the game, again, I've said it, they play a high line. It made sense for us to play a little bit more in transition and not have as much of the ball. And we knew they'd have a lot of the ball. They want the ball. And I thought it played right into our hands. All right.
Thomas, you want to close this out?
Sure thing. Thanks for the time, Coach. I appreciate it. Congrats on the win. Can you talk through the injuries tonight with Pedro Yao in that first half, ended up coming off early in the second half? Can you talk through those injuries that you saw and just how even is it turf playing? Are these just accidental moments? What are you seeing out there from kind of coming out of this match with the win, but then also a little worse for the wear when it comes to those knocks?
Yeah, thanks, Thomas. Always nice talking to you. Appreciate, your words on the win. Yeah, crazy. I mean, obviously we had to make 4 subs on injuries. And actually in hindsight, double sub we made to go to a back 5 with Josh probably saved the game for us at the end of the day. Because with Artie having to now, walk around basically because he was injured. If we didn't have a 5, I don't think we get the win. So that ended up being but basically the first 4 stoppages were injuries, injury subs. So where they're at, I don't know. We'll see. We'll evaluate it, but probably have an update next week.
And can you talk about the kind of conditions and playing on that turf? I mean, Atlanta, they're a team that has a pretty lengthy injury list this season so far. Does that play a big impact for them?
Yeah, I don't know. Their turf's actually pretty good. Obviously there are teams that I would call they have questionable turf. This is one of the better turf fields. It's new. It's a little bit more of a soccer type turf. The way the ball rolls, it's a little bit longer, the blades, and so I don't know. Yeah, I would say for sure when you're playing on turf, the likelihood for injury is higher than grass. So is that the reason that they have more injuries? I don't know. I'm not in their performance or exercise science room, but I'm sure that's probably a factor. And today, I don't know. Pedro, very, very strange for him to have a tight hamstring, but these guys are fighting, they're working, and we got 20 days. So again, we've got some injuries. We had Luis Diaz out with a fractured wrist. We had Lucas out today. It's easy to forget, but it was next man up for sure, and it was next man up in the game as well. As Will Sands goes in early, does a nice job. Obviously, James went in for Derek. Josh went in at the end of the game to form a back 5. All our subs did extremely well. Megan went in and ran around and did a nice job. So, this is a true team, and it's great for us to get this result on the road before the break.
Thank you.
Thanks, Caleb. And that will conclude our meeting.
Thanks, guys.
Availability for
Have a good one.
Have a good weekend.